Testing 1 2, testing 1 2, bang bang bang. Welcome back again to the I don't know. It's just a podcast slash talk show, you know. We'll talk about anything and everything, trust me, because at the end of the day, it all boils down to nothing, okay? I mean, that's just part and parcel of what it is. I mean, this show is designed to help you to keep your focus. I'm trying to think of the right word. What popped up was uninvasively, in a way that's not impeding upon whatever it is that you do or whatever you perceive your me to be doing. It's just, I mean, you can't be out here doing the turkiest of things, okay? And, okay. I read something earlier today and I debated on sharing it, but again, speaking about kinesiology and paying attention to your intuition and your body's energetic undulations in regards to vicissitudes, you know, the things that inwardly guide you, you know, once you come out of your intellect. I mean, some people are just completely logic, you know, some human beings are completely cerebral whammo, you know, you see these people, they never make a decision right there, Johnny on the spot. They may feel some things, but they've learned to turn their feelings down all the way to like off. Or even if they are feeling their feelings and they really want to do something, they just are like, nope, nope, nope. I never do anything on the first go around. I just don't do it. Okay. And it's like, you know, cut bait. But, and I mean, look, I'm not saying that logic is not superb. Okay. I'm a huge fan of Spock. I'm a Trekkie. Okay. I love everything about the science. Jeez Louise. Okay. I can't get enough of it. Wow. I'm kind of, well, no, the new stuff, I love it. The new stuff is so entertaining. The stuff that you're getting Nobel Prizes for these days is, yeah, I've been waiting. Okay, what is that? That's Key and Peele. Okay, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for so long. Okay, it's been over a decade, and just watching these people meander along and just him and haw. I mean, they're doing the math. I get it. Trust me, I understand the scientific method or the process or what have you. Trust me, it's trial and error, and then, you know, you get your people to kind of, you know, contest it, and yeah, so, you know, yeah, I could appreciate all of it. I get it, but yeah, man, you got to feel your way through this. You really do. So anyway, that's funny. I forgot what I was going to say, but it was all centered around what the name of the show is, which is, again, the I don't know. And oh yeah, there was something that we saw earlier today. Oh man, geez, it's like right there. Okay, see, that's a lesson in and of itself. All right, things pop up in our mind. It's right there, right? I can see it. It's like fuzzy though. Like, okay, it's like blurred vision in the mind. All right, it's like I can see it. I can see it's two alternatives, and you can choose between this or that, and it's just not clear enough in there for me to be able to experience the opportunity to take something that is just a thought that is birthed out of the void and watch it become converted into something that is entered into the dimension in the realm of the physical. Okay, it's you're a conduit. Okay, I don't know if you know it. Okay, all right, you are the projection of a machine. Okay, that is really just light energy fluctuating at various frequencies to create a sensation of something being solid. And all the senses that are interacting with your sensual physical experience are just electrical impulses that are running through your mind and your nervous system to create a sense of resistance to everything that you feel. And then you have an emotional component associated with the hormones that are released into your bloodstream that help generate and correspond with your sensual feelings, right? Happiness, sadness, grief, peace, and any number of the combination thereof, and at varying degrees, right? They got so many names for these different things. There's a name for everything except the nothing. And yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. So I'm working on a book now too. All right. So I'm slowly introducing the nothing into the book, even though the opening, the first 2 paragraphs of this book, the first thing I thought of was Mike Tyson would be proud, okay? Because this book is going to be a first round knockout for your brain, okay? I just let my son read it, and I could just see teeth from ear to ear, okay? I mean, bang. It's like the corners of his mouth were touching the back of his neck, okay? All right, this dude was smiling so hard, okay? It's going to be a good one. Woo, okay, it's getting me excited now just thinking about it. I'm telling you, okay, I'm getting back in the game. We're back in the game. See, look at that. All that yumminess is just running through your person. You know, laughter is powerful. That's something I learned a long time ago, okay? It doesn't matter what you're going through. You better find your funny bone, okay? Okay, you better develop a sense of humor that is outrageous, okay? All right, your sense of humor is a load-bearing support structure, all right? Because when you laugh, I just shared a video on this today. It talked about all the benefits of laughter, how it expands your chest and all these endorphins and things, dopamine just running through your brain and your body. I mean, it completely changes everything about how you are experiencing life. I mean, just think about this, okay? The average person has a 70% propensity to think about that which is negative over that which is positive. I just saw another video today that said 85% of people's thoughts are negative. I'm glad to say I'm not one of those people. All right, that's why I'm making this video, okay? That's why I have the impetus to do such a thing, because yes, you can come to a place where you feel great no matter what the fuck is happening. Yes. I'm trying to tell you, okay? All right, it's I love it so much. This is gonna be so fucking great. I dare somebody to contest me. I dare you. That's why I'm doing this fucking YouTube. Come at me, dog. Come at me. I tell you, radical subjectivity is everything. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ramana Maharishi used to say there are no others. And it's true on so many different levels, I'm telling you, okay? It's a beautiful thing once you comprehend this thing completely, all right? And it all comes down to surrendering. I mean, you just have to literally let everything go. And that's when you really start to fucking enjoy this show. Oh my God, that cannot be stated and pressed enough. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Jesus Christ, just think about it for a hot second. Just take your hands off the fucking wheel. I mean, completely though. And just chill the fuck out. Just relax and enjoy the fucking show. Let it do what it do. But does that mean that sometimes gnarly shit won't happen to you? No, shit's gonna happen. All right. Meanwhile, your person is always gonna do whatever it can do to not have shit happen. But whether you think you are forcing this thing to happen or you're trusting, whatever the hell you want to call it. All right, you call it whatever you want, okay? In Christianity, they call it one thing. They call it something else. In Islam, they call it something else. And Judaism, all of them, they got their own thing, okay? They got the wheel of destiny, got all this kind of stuff. Whatever it is, essentially, everything tells you not to worry. Now, if you could just imagine, yeah. Take a minute with me, just, yeah. The show is called the I Don't Know. Just imagine, yo. Imagine the possibilities, right? You know how you play that game sometime? It's called the Lotto, okay? The last big one was like, maybe it wasn't even a month ago, okay? That thing was like at $2 billion, okay? And I think someone in Texas won it or something like that. I don't know. And so I remember when there was a time, I didn't do it a lot, but I remember because I was going to say where I used to live. Shit, that's where I am now. Okay, so yeah, North Carolina, but way back in the day. Lotto wasn't in this state, so you couldn't play. And so it wasn't something I did on a regular basis, and it wasn't how I was raised. You know, it was just so much pressure put against so many things. I mean, it's like a Muslim and pork, you know. Oh, no, don't eat the pork. Okay, all right. I mean, meanwhile, the Hindus would tell you not to eat any animal, okay? And I get it. I get every level of it. But I mean, daggone it, if you haven't had anything to eat, and somebody throws a turkey sandwich, okay, you might want to get the towel on that motherfucker, okay? That's just my personal opinion, but take like a grain of salt, because everyone's opinions are meaningless, period. That's the end of the sentence. And that's what we were talking about in the first place. Damn, okay, so look, man, everything's gonna happen just the way it's supposed to. And so, yeah, that's what I was saying before. Just imagine. Would you just fucking imagine? Oh yeah, I went around a whole circle, but the $1 billion, you know, $2 billion. When you get the chance to go buy the ticket, we missed the ticket. We didn't go to get the ticket. Okay, so we found out. Actually, I think maybe yeah. He did get a ticket, but I don't think it was for that. Yeah, we missed the $2 billion, and because he doesn't play often, he just came back from overseas. He was like, let me go play this thing. And he did it a couple bucks, but it was only for 20 million or something like that. And, yeah, not a single number. But sometimes, when you play, you have a tendency to daydream, right? An emotion follows thought. It's a fun game. It's like, what would I do with $1 billion? And you think about all the people that you would just give money to, or, well, no, some people might not do that. Okay, let me be quiet. But anyway, whatever it is that you fantasize about, okay, whatever makes you happy, bang. Yeah, I love it so much. That feeling that you have just daydreaming. You know how people have those stories and they talk about how they're gonna go in and quit their job and, I don't know, go on a cruise or travel the world or go and do this, go and do that. All this stuff that just kind of releases all these endorphins and things in your system. Dopamine and what is it, serotonin and DMT if you're really feeling snarky, okay? All the yummy stuff. It's just running free in your body for however long you're thinking about it. Now just imagine everything you're experiencing, everything you've ever experienced, and everything you will experience. It's already set. Including the exact time of your death. Just imagine it. It's not necessary to believe it or to know it. Because, look, first and fundamentally, not only can you not know it, but when you really get down to what you're doing fundamentally, you come to recognize that you don't know anything. And we're not going to get to that in the second episode, I don't think. Maybe we will. Who knows, okay? But anyway. Just imagine. Yeah. Everything that you're experiencing, everything you've ever experienced, and everything that you will be experiencing in the future when it's now. All time is now. Imagine it's already set. All of it. The highs, the lows, the I don't knows, the curveballs, and the massive windfalls. All of it. Already set. And matter of factly, that you are going to make it through. All of it. in a way that is going to be executed perfectly by what it is that you experience and agree to allow to be called the me. For you, actually. Perfect. Even its mistakes, perfect. And only seen as a mistake by that which decides to label it as such. Meanwhile, it's all those little idiosyncrasies and things that your mind has a tendency to disagree that they should be, or disagrees that they should be. Like it should be another way is what I'm trying to say. It's your own cognitive dissonance, ultimately, that is trolloping all over your potential for peace. It's your inability to simply just eliminate your thinking and narrating and judging about everything that starts happening. But see, imagine if you can just clear your brains of all of these things and truly just sit back and start witnessing everything that's unfolding. All the while, the intention of your avatar is absolutely knowing that the presence of your essence is upon it. And therefore, is always primed to be doing the best that it can ever do with everything that is provided to you by the source of what it is you ... are. I am now. The nothing. And everything is. Can you just imagine this? Oh my God. Can you imagine how good it would feel to know that what was just said is real? Oh my God. Do you think that you could find some way to, in a very relaxed way, find it possible to make it through each and every one of your days, regardless of what comes your way? Again, knowing, yes indeed, that you are I am now, the nothing. Oh, buddy, I don't know. I don't know, my friends. I tell you, I could do this till the end. It's only been 24 minutes. I mean, okay, well, there's just been a lot of good things today. I mean, I told you I just started that second book. First book, I'm gonna have to figure out how to attach a link to this YouTube video. We'll see how long this was gonna be. And Yeah, if you don't have it already, scoop that one up. Okay. Path to Joy. It's a really good book. Really good book. This one here doesn't have a name yet, and this one's going to be better. I can tell already because the other book was written a year ago, and this one's fresh. Oh my God, okay. And I'm going to tell you something. There is something about fresh because fresh is always fresh when it comes out. But then once fresh gets stale and you got new fresh, see, that's the thing. You know, they say a man never steps in the same river twice. Look here, okay? Here's an Easter egg for you, okay? If you're not feeling that way about your own person almost every day when you are manifest back into consciousness, oh my God, if you aren't noticing upgrades daily, okay? Daily upgrades, okay? All right, nightly, okay? You should be feeling upgrades nightly out this motherfucker, okay? Seriously, I'm serious, okay? Nightly, every morning you wake up, bang, new day, bang, okay? Just, wow. It's very serious, and that's whether you have stuff going on in your life or not. The more stuff you have going on, and the more stuff you tackle in your previous day, when you wake up the next day, bang, okay? But that's only if you're paying attention to yourself a certain type of way. That's if you're showing compassion to yourself constantly. Jeez Louise, okay? You gotta understand, you're out here in a world where fucking 80% of these motherfuckers are sleepy. Damn, do you understand what that means? I mean, the fact that you're even right here, right now, looking at this video, no bullshit, okay? Seriously, okay? I remember my teacher used to tell me that, and that was real shit. It's like you kind of just read over a little, well, sometimes you do feel a little bit good. It's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, that's true, that's true. Seriously, there are no accidents. And let me tell you something right here, right now, on this show called The I Don't Know, we are talking about the realest shit you could be talking about in life. I mean, I put it out there. There's nothing more important in life, even this shit right here. Okay, it's just popped up on my screen. I mean, you know, hey, that was kind of like, you know, I mean, that would be kind of like, you know, yeah, that's up. I mean, in the game, I don't know what you want to call that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to label it. I saw it. Meanwhile, what we're talking about right now is more important than that. It's more important than whatever you think is important. Damn it. I mean, because see, here's the thing. There's a lot of people who come through here and damn it. Jeez Louise. They don't spend any time talking about these things. And the fact that you're here talking about it, and I'm gonna tell you, welcome to the basement, okay? Yes. You have stumbled your ass into the basement, even though this ain't really a basement, but I'm just saying metaphorically, dimensionally, okay, telepathically, bang, we in the basement, yo. The basement, I keep looking at the wrong side of the phone. I guess I need to flip this thing over on the next episode because I keep looking that way. But, yo, the basement is foundation, man. Foundation, man, that's what holds up the structure, okay? If you got a weak foundation, you have nothing. Period. End of the sentence. You got a strong foundation, you can go as high as that foundation will allow you to go. So the foundation is the most important thing before you start building anything, all right? I thought I was going to read these things, but I mean, I'm just like, I'm on one right now, okay? Sometimes it's like that, all right? But I think I will do a little bit of reading because we just did 30 minutes of just whatever. And I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing about this show. Trust me, it doesn't matter. I was just telling my son a second ago, all right? Once you tap into a certain level of awareness of consciousness, right? And something else my teacher used to say. He said, we're each like corks at sea. So just imagine if a crate of corks, the same things that you have in the top of your wine and your bubbly, saying that whole thing. Imagine 10,000 corks. Just you lose a container of it at sea. I don't know, it hits a rock or something. I don't know, there's no rocks in the sea, but I don't know, it busts open. And all the corks leak out. Each of those corks are going to float to the level of their own buoyancy. And it's the same case with every human being that you're encountering, okay? Oh my God. Some of them are going to just be on the surface their whole life. What do they call it? Plastic. Surface, NPCs. It's a non-player characters. I mean, there's cats out here, they ain't playing. They playing in a game, but they're not. They're not active. They're complete programs. You talk to them, and they sound like a repeat of what you heard of the news yesterday or the latest movie. They sound like grown-over high school kids. All right? I tell you, that's a shame, Bill Cosby. I mean, because that's one show that every week on Thursday at 8 o'clock, that was prime time. You watch that, and then you went to school the next day, you talked about it. And Living Color was another one, okay? That's back when your life was ruled by television programming and the scheduled time between like 6 and 9 or something like that. Boom, on a Thursday, that was the hot day. But whatever was the latest TV show, you want to remember all the jokes. So you can go to school the next day and tell the jokes and get laughs, okay? All right? It's just... that's what it is, the latest movie, whatever the latest thing is. And then you just build your conversations based off of, whatever somebody fed you, okay? But there's no depth. No depth. They're walking around a sea of surface dwellers, okay? But a couple of those corks are gonna get down to the great depths. It's black down there, and the only thing that survives are those things that produce their own light. Yeah, that's where we hanging out right now. We're in the basement, y'all. We're in the basement, okay? We're gonna stay in the basement of this show. But like I was saying, boom. If you're resonating at a certain awareness of consciousness, well, then you can tap into that energy, and then it transfers into whatever art form you find your conduit or person participating in. So like if someone was a painter, they're inspired by something bigger than themselves. It's in a zone. The same thing happens like with an athlete when they disappear themselves and they're in a zone, okay? A person who produces music, okay? Different artists, you can tell, like, when a song is a hit because everyone feels it. The whole planet. It resonates with the whole planet. And it's not just because it's repeated again and again and again. There's a movie about him. And this guy was relentless. He was the Tiger Woods of music. I'm not leaving Tiger Woods alone, am I? Okay, no, I really am impressed by this guy, okay? And his parents, the whole thing is just, okay. But Michael Jackson, he was the same way, okay? Yeah, a little tiny kid, okay, sitting on that stage, all right? Okay. The music, man. Everything you do. Yep. Anything you do, you wanna do it well. I don't care what it is. You splash deep into it. Real deep. 344. I'm gonna do a couple of these and just see where they go. All right, so this one was from a friend of mine. I'm gonna have to ask some of my friends' permissions if I could do some name drops in here. Just I'm gonna ask some folks, and you let me know if I mean we're friends already. You got your stuff public, but some people have their stuff private. Like I don't know. Maybe they're worried about somebody coming to get them. I don't know. I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, look, people who got their shit all locked up. If they're women, they're scared, and if they're men, well, they're scared of women. It ain't none of my business. All right, so this one here was from a friend. It said, "There's something in you that the world needs." Oh yeah, I remember why I wanted to say that one, because it's a big deal. It's one liner, but it's very true. Okay, and this is to help you in the event that you're just feeling some kind of toxic. Okay, this is something you need to get this in your brain and don't ever let it go. I remember when I first heard this. Well, I don't know. I guess when I first heard it, when it mattered. I guess Yeah, I don't know. I heard this my whole life, but I heard it from someone in particular, and it just because that person resonated at such a high level, just to hear it again, it was like, yep, there it is, absolutely. I tell you, okay. See, that's just what it is, okay. It just depends on your source, your conduit, okay. All right. It doesn't pay to get your information from people who are only hanging out on the surface, okay. And that's what we were talking about before in terms of intellectualizing a thing and just being completely logic as opposed to going from your heart. I went off on a portal on that. You got to feel your way through this thing, man. Your body tells you everything. Look into kinesiology. We might do a show on that later, but this one's getting long in the tooth. Oh my God, it's a muscle test. And it's like, look, everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to happen anyway. You can't make a bad decision, but I'm telling you, there's certain things that can happen within your sense of being that will just provide a level of confidence that is just... It's called joy. If you're a joyful human being, no matter what the fuck is happening, what's around you, regardless of your fucking circumstances, then what the fuck else do you need? But see, the only way you come to a place where you really start to appreciate these type of things is when something happens while you're playing the game that helps you to recognize that continuing playing the way you had been playing is insane. Once you recognize this, man, you'll never be looking for love in all the wrong places ever again. Okay? Okay. Oh my God, I'm telling you, you will learn, buddy, you will learn. You will learn, okay? You gonna learn today. You gonna learn, okay? Okay, all right, hold on. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is gonna be good, man. Okay, because we're not even okay. Oh my gosh. This is oh my goodness. Yeah. This is great. This is great. I love it so much. Okay, so there's something in you that the world needs, okay? Look. If you were not supposed to be here, then you can call it God, you can call it the void, you can call it Atman, you can call it the nothing, you can call it Brahman, you can call it Allah, you can call it the Father. whatever you want to call it. I prefer not to get mothers and fathers involved. It's just weird, okay? It's very weird. Okay? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but if you weren't supposed to be here, then the all-pervasive power that keeps the universe expanding and births new galaxies and species of beings, new stars and solar systems, gas giants, gravity. That which is sustaining all of this both infinitely and infinitesimally would not waste any of its energy on you, my G, if you weren't supposed to be here, homie. I tell you, okay? I tell you. Oh my gosh. This is a funny one. It's two guys talking, and one says, they're like in a nice green area with trees and rolling hills and stuff like that. It's on some kind of like Indian meditative kind of stuff. And one guy asked the other guy, I'm assuming one of them is the guru, and the other one's a student maybe, and it says, the guru is saying, question everything. And the other guy says, why? Yeah, it's a joke, you know. But then I went on and answered his question. I said, because only nothing is. I don't know if you get this, but it's kind of an extension on the concept of putting the kingdom first. They're both along the same vein, all right? It's the same path, just expressed, you know, differently. You know, all paths lead to the nothing, essentially, right? Even if you're going backwards, trust me. There's no escaping them. I think, okay, all right. It's kind of like that Matrix movie when I think it was, I don't know if it was Revolutions or Reloaded, but he was in the train station. Yeah, I think that was Reloaded. And he's trying to get back in the Matrix because he's in this little program off to the side that's like a segue between the Matrix and then where the programs go. And while he's stuck in the train station in between these two dimensions, he figures he's just going to get down on the tracks and run through the tunnel and make his way back to the Matrix on foot. And when he goes east in the tunnel, he runs for a little bit and he comes out of the west side of the tunnel. Essentially, that's what it's like, okay? There's no escaping what you or I am now. okay? Except in your mind, all right? Trust me, because most of the human beings here, they do it all the fucking time. Trust me, okay? Jesus Christ. They definitely do not treat their neighbor like they treat themselves, okay? They don't do it, all right? That doesn't mean you got to go over their house and fucking cook their dinners for them. It just means be there in the clutch for that motherfucker. If your neighbor needs help, then you help your fucking neighbor. Most of the time, guess what? He won't need it. But in the off chance that he fucking does, guess what? Pony up, motherfucker. Pony the fuck up. So anyway, question everything. Why? That's the first joke. And then the completion of this is because everything is the nothing, okay? There's no escaping this. And if you're questioning it constantly, then that will create the impetus and the drive that potentiates the grace of you remembering that everything is the nothing, instead of becoming hypnotized by the sheer perfection of the miracle that you're experiencing that makes everything feel like it's something, even though scientifically we know that it is all, as in everything, is the nothing. They've known this for about 100 years now. 100 years they've known this. Meanwhile, society, because they don't like science, I spoke to some religious people, like literally, like probably not even a month ago. I don't get into all that science stuff. I can't do it. Meanwhile, the same religious people will say that, human beings will ride dinosaurs 6,000 years ago. So they got a museum for that shit. I think it's in Oklahoma. Okay, all right. I'm not involved, okay? I'm not involved, but I'm just saying, okay? Everywhere, everybody's doing just about any fucking thing except paying attention to the fact that everything is the nothing, all right? And that's why you question everything, because that's what everything is. And there's no part of what you're experiencing in terms of your mind and everything else that you will find yourself doing throughout the rest of your fucking day. You can go 24 hours a day and hardly see anybody reminding you that, hey, bud, this is a game and everything's nothing, right? It's going to disappear and then we're going to be out of here. Meanwhile, our pure awareness, which was here before the game, it's here now during the game. And everything that we think is a me or a you is basically extrapolating the consciousness from this pure awareness. That's why it feels like it's real, even though, I remember being like a toddler, looking at my body like, yo, what the hell is this thing? Okay, legit. I'm not gonna get that deep into it, but I'm just trying to tell you, okay? Look here. It's like one of those fairy tales. If the dish ran away with the spoon, don't get carried away with your bullshit. It'll be over just as quick as it started. And the key is to graduate past it, not be stuck in it, all right? I mean, damn it, man. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm on, if you're looking at this, you see me on YouTube. Okay. I'm on Facebook, and I'm scrolling through, and I saw the first episode of this, the reboot of I Don't Know. So I was going to give it a shameless plug since it popped up, but we're going to keep it moving. Yeah, that one's not worth repeating. Ooh, shit, yeah. Okay, these Greek names, they mess my whole tongue up. I mean, it looks like Epictetus. Epictetus. Okay. That guy. Epictetus. The trials you face will introduce you to your strengths. This is very good. This is very good. I think an hour will be enough, right? I mean, I could go longer, I feel like. Yesterday, it was everything to get 18 minutes, but today, shoot. Interesting. The book got us hyped. It's just coming through us. That's what it is. Kundalini. That's what I'll say. The trials you face will introduce you to your strengths. Let me tell you something. I read something a long time ago that hinted on what I'm about to tell you now, okay? I was going to say, let's say you decided to go in, but I was going to make it even more simple. Or more kind of like, how can I not do that? Let's say that you decide to recognize and accept the fact that everything is the nothing. And you where I am now. Bang. I mean, you just accepted it at the deepest level of your person. You just, it hit you a certain kind of way, and you know what? You were like, you know what? I get it, man. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. We're immersed in this. Sheesh. My teacher used to call it a phantasmagoria. I don't know what the fuck you want to talk. I mean, it's like, it's better than a video game. It's the greatest thing in our solar system. Okay, I'm not going to go as far as to say our entire galaxy, okay, because I think we're in a Rajasic world. There's a Tamasic world, and then there's a Sattvic, SAT. One's high, one's low, one's in the middle. We're in the middle. So in our galaxy or the next galaxy, I don't know, whatever they talk about, the Andromeda galaxy and over here, over there, whatever, I don't know. Okay. In one of these galaxies, all right, this infinite universe, okay, there's dimensions and worlds and things that we have no clue about that provide an experience for consciousness that is, I was going to say head and shoulders, but light years ahead of what we're experiencing here. And there's also dimensions and worlds that are like, you don't even want to talk about them, right? Because look, we already get into a conniption fit of the ridiculousness that takes place here. So just imagine the worst here is the best there. Jeez Louise, okay? You don't want to go. That is faux show. You don't want nothing to do with it, yo, okay? Meanwhile, some of y'all might be there less than 30 years the way you're going, okay? Okay, just give it a little bit of time. Keep fucking around. Hey, you're going to find out, okay? I tell you, I got compassion for you. I do love you. I wish you wouldn't. But that's just, it's the law of the averages, okay? 70% of the people think negatively 70% of the time. And some people are going to hear this stuff. Shit, they can hear from fucking whoever is the highest, considered the highest guru, spiritual guy, motivational speaker in all the land. They'll hear it from them and they'll say, fuck him, okay? And they'll keep on going their same way. And like I said before, even backwards is forward. It's just some ways are longer than others, okay? It just is what it is. But let's just say, hypothetically, you decided to do this and shit. And that is just quite simply, you decided to be aware of your own awareness. Recognize that you are pure awareness. And your awareness is always present, right? Yep. And you're just kind of along for the ride. You're just kind of checking this whole thing out, right? Well, when this happens, when you decide to do this, it's quite possible that you may not really experience anything that stands out or lets you know that you're woke. Where's the other there? Woke, right? Now, some people, they can hear this thing and decide to start meditating, and then whammo, out of nowhere, be thrown into a state of ecstasy that exceeds everything that you have ever come to be known as this new human experience is shown. And from henceforth, your mind will be blown. Oh my gosh. Hey, Mach 2. There's no telling what'll happen to you. But I'm just saying, in the event that you start the practices and you don't notice anything, I'll tell you where you will notice it, my G's. Because if you're doing the meditations and strengthening your mind and your discipline and going within and having the neuroplasticity that is a real change that takes place in your brain physiology when you take the time to actually become disciplined in the practice of meditation. I mean, there's scientific evidence that backs this up. You only need to do it about 30 days and you'll start to notice a transformation, but you start doing this for years. And again, you may go on about your business the exact same way, not noticing anything. And the reason you won't notice anything is because, again, you've always been aware. It's just that now that you're aware of your awareness and you're constantly focused on your presence, no matter what you're doing, I don't care what it is, we're coming to the end, my friends. But if you do this and you're in that particular situation, you're in that segment that hasn't been hit with the ecstasy, that's okay, my G. You're just working through your body's karma. And when you're faced with trials, real trials, triggers, it'll be when you face these things, my G's, that you will know without question, without a fucking question, that you where I am now. The nothing. Until the next one, immortals, per use, you know what it is. I love you, and yeah. Namaste fucking bang. Whoosh. Oh yeah, check out the book. Get that book.